Hey man, how's it going over there? $330,000 from your mommy's money that you have to give back. Oh, Adam, Adam. Adam. $330,000 you have to give. Ouch. Your mom's hard-earned money. Well, she probably scammed the shit too. You made around 9,500 a month. You made 9,500 a month over there. What? You reported only 3,500 a month over there. So, you're supposed to put down the honest to God truth, Adam. No? You see, it's really funny. I go in front of you in January, and a little birdie told me that you just said no clemency for me. You wanted to ignore the fact that Lisa Madigan's office has lied to a grand jury. And then a few months later, well, now you have been terminated and fired from your position. It's beautiful and sexy how that works out, huh? The karma gods. Uh, Do you know what, Adam? I have some more bad news for you. In my strong personal opinion and freedom of speech, of course, I wouldn't worry about that $330,000 that you have to fork over. See, that's just money. It could be made again very easily. $330,000, well, that's not shit to me. It's peanuts. I would be worried about going to prison if I was you. And that's just my personal opinion. You see, Adam, you're like every other worthless state employee, especially the ones who work for Lisa Madigan. Your psychology is very simple and easy. You believe that you work for the state and no one could indict you and you can't go to prison or be fired because you all have each other's backs. I believe in equalness for everybody, and I think we are all supposed to be held accountable for our actions. So if I lie when I file bankruptcy, well, I just don't have to pay it back. I don't just get fired. I get formally charged. I know you don't think this right now. You will later. Just, I'm waiting for a couple things. Don't worry. I'll be on the phone shortly. You're just worried about losing the money, and from a behavior analyst's point of view, you're still hung up over that. When the truth of the matter is, in my opinion, you should be worried about a criminal indictment and worried about bond money and going ahead and getting an attorney to make a plea deal, because I will be asking for prison time from one civilian to, I believe, another. And do you know why I will be asking that, Adam? Well, it's very simple. See, a lot of other people don't understand what's going on, but I clearly do understand what's going on. So, I was falsely accused by Attorney General Lisa Madigan's office, Prosecutor Edward C. Snow. Do you know that dweeb by any chance, Adam? You were a former Cook County assistant prosecutor. I'm 95% sure that you know of him. See, he's a corrupt prosecutor. He's a liar. He doesn't respect judges. I could prove that, but not until Lisa Madigan decides to run, which I will. I brought you very clear evidence that Edward C. Snow from Attorney General Lisa Madigan's office has lied to a judge and to a grand jury. And you decided to ignore that. And do you know why you ignored that, Adam? Well, you ignored it because you received a letter from Edward C. Snow that I have a copy of. And at the bottom of that letter, it said, Pro se, your butt old fuck buddy and boyfriend, who has no friends besides the ones that he works with, Edward C. Snow. And you decided to say, well, it's Edward C. Snow. That's my old boyfriend from many years ago, even though there's evidence going against him, and I clearly see that. That's my old cock-sucking buddy, who I used to swallow the nerd's cum. Chicago Blaxican, no clemency for you. But Adam, hold on, please. I have provided evidence that I went to the Honorable Judge Richard J. Siegel's courtroom over there. I have provided evidence that I was winning in the Honorable Judge Richard J. Siegel's courtroom over there. I have evidence that supports your old boyfriend, Edward C. Snow, was trying that civil matter case for a whole year, losing straight over there. And I provided you evidence that Edward C. Snow went to another courtroom over there in a whole nother jurisdiction over there to destroy evidence and a contract that was signed and notarized. So that judge over there would not be able to see it. I have successfully provided you that documentation. Court transcripts, contract signatures, notary, the whole 9 yards. I have successfully provided evidence that supports that your old boyfriend that you used to suck his cock and lick the sides and spit out or swallow some of his nerdy pubic hairs lied. But you two, you're into cahoots. So, I guess everything within the law. Now you're terminated for something that you've done before. And now you're not the only one. I believe Eric Gregg is also terminated. So I think this is a very good lesson for people who like Attorney General Lisa Manigan, for people who fear Attorney General Lisa Manigan, for people who want to work for Attorney General Lisa Manigan. I think this is a very clear message. Take it from me, people. I'm Chicago Blaxican, and I'm a patriot of this country. I love this country dearly. I love judges dearly. To say that we have elected judges to be on the bench and all of the hard work that they have done to make decisions that impact and have very critical outcomes of people and defendants who go to court is an understatement. To undermine a judge in our courtrooms is it's well, it's very clear that Edward C. Snow and Attorney General Lisa Madigan's office likes to do that. And later on, when Attorney General Lisa Madigan decides to make her big break and runs for governor, well, this stuff will get uploaded, which is my video, from a freedom of speech point of view. And I will exercise my rights and show the American people and the voters who they're voting for when they see what's on this board here. I will upload this one that I'm 99.9% sure that Attorney General Lisa Madigan knows what's on here, which is my video and my footage to show corruption and lies and voting tampering and a whole lot of a numerous amount of other stuff that's possibly going to end her up in prison too. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. $330,000. No. Put that on the back burner. Indictment and criminal charges. Adam. That's what I believe is coming next for you. You might get probation. I don't know. You know what's interesting about lawyers is when you hire a lawyer, he or she will tell you anything to get that retainer. You should know. Oh, I went golfing with the judge. Oh, I know the judge. We went to law school. And then the prosecutor, of course, will tell his boss, oh, well, we have this evidence. We could do this. Oh, we have this evidence. We're going to do this. I'm not like either of them. I think it's up to the judge to decide if you get probation or prison time. If it's up to me, and of course, if it's just up to me, when you do get indicted, and I believe you will, once I start getting on the phone, I am going to show up to your court appearance. And I'm going to ask the prosecutor and or the judge if I could speak at your trial. And I am going to wear a suit and tie just like the rest of you corrupt motherfuckers are. And I'm going to respectfully tell the judge, Your Honor, my name is Eric Jaclisek. I'm a citizen from Illinois. I don't know the details of Adam Monreal's case, but obviously he was proven guilty by 12 peers. My only connection and relations with Adam Monreal is I was in front of him when he held the higher position at the Prison Chairman Illinois Review Board, and I believe that he disregarded some critical evidence that I have shared to him and his other members that are probably corrupt too, Your Honor, that just hasn't gotten caught, in my strong personal opinion. And I believe that he knows this corrupt prosecutor, Edward C. Snow, and I believe he did receive a letter from him. And I believe I have a copy of it as well, which is in their legal right, Your Honor. And I believe he disregarded that letter. And he lied. The same way that he lied here today, Your Honor, in your courtroom. So I do believe it's obviously up to you, Your Honor. I would never tell you how to do your job. But if it's my personal opinion, I believe a message should be sent out to him, and he should get some prison time rather than just probation. I believe Illinois has suffered enough from George Ryan, Rod Blagojevich, and a whole lot of numerous of other aldermen and other politicians here, Your Honor. I thought Rod Blagojevich, who would get 14 years in a federal prison, would be a strong message. Enough of corruption. But obviously it wasn't. Said my piece, Your Honor. Thank you for your time. You know why I always hated the Nina Alvarez, Adam? Because she's corrupt. You know why I always hated the Nina Alvarez, Adam? Because of what she did to the Cashman case and that poor mother who suffered. You know why I always hated the Nina Alvarez, Adam? That lady. Oh. I'm sorry. Wrong screen, Adam. Bear with me, son. That lady, if it was up to her, all of my cameras would be a class 1 felony, Adam. All of my cameras would not be able to be admissible in court, Adam. If I caught a corrupt nerd that society calls a cop, kicking and beating and stabbing one of my peers, and if I gave it to Nina Alvarez, she would not reward me. She would indict me on a class 1 felony for my footage and my film. Thank God for the American Supreme Court. They wrote her back and said in so many words, go fuck yourself, lady. People have the right to film anything that they would like to. Nina Alvarez tried to hide corrupt cops. Nina Alvarez tried to cover up that 16-year-old teenager who got shot 16 times. She actually did for a whole entire year. Don't worry. She's gone and she's fired. I believe Mayor Rahm Emanuel will be next year. But being fired is not enough for me. I want prison time. I want you guys to suffer the same way that we all suffer when we fuck up. And just to end this on a positive note, because it is the end of the year 2016 and we're walking into January of 2017. When I am calm and I put my anger aside, I sincerely do wish that we could all live in a peaceful world. I sincerely do all wish that we could all get along. I sincerely do all wish that there wasn't no racism. I sincerely do all wish that the prisons were empty. But unfortunately, we don't live in that world. We live in a world where there's a lot of lying. We live in a world where there's a lot of insecurities. We live in a world where people are just animals. I don't think you give a fuck. I'm trying to hear you all the way from over here. Yeah, I don't think you care. Maybe you in a prison cell. Maybe you will start to care. That prison cell is very lonely. I don't know. Hey, that's life, right? What are you gonna do? I know when I did 2 years and 8 months in prison for something that I didn't do, that was a very fucked up time for me.